This Friday night, we begin with some breaking news. A Jacksonville sheriff's officer shot tonight and a heavy police presence in the area of Hardee Street and 3rd Street over on the northwest side of town. We've just learned the officer was grazed by a bullet, taken to the hospital, and is expected to be released tonight. We understand the suspect is dead. That's new information we received not too long ago, and we know that officers were responding to a burglary call. Thank you for staying up with us tonight at 11. I'm Anthony Austin. We do have team coverage for you of this breaking news. Our Destiny McKeever is on the scene, but we want to start with On Your Side's Taylor Levesque, who was at a news conference that just wrapped up at the sheriff's office. Taylor, what did you find out from the sheriff about what happened?
Well, like you said, Anthony, the officer is okay and the suspect is dead. Here's what the sheriff says happened tonight. He says around 5:30, officers responded to a burglary at a home on the north side. They said they were able to talk to the owners of that home and trace back a bicycle and an electronic item that was stolen. And they say around 6:30, they located the suspect sleeping in his car on Hardee Street. They say that 5 officers approached that car and they saw a handgun on top of the car. They removed that handgun and wanted to come up with a plan on how to approach that person sleeping in the car. They say that they opened the door and asked the man to show his hands. They were asked him multiple times and he refused. And somewhere during that conversation, the suspect fired a shot, grazing the officer on the left side of the face. The officers fired back, killing the man. All officers were placed on administrative leave tonight. The sheriff says he lost his appetite when he found out what happened, but is grateful that the department did not lose an officer. The officer is okay and is expected to be released tonight. The sheriff says that they will release that body camera footage as soon as possible, and the state attorney's office is investigating. Again, the officer is expected to be okay and is expected to be released from the hospital tonight, and the suspect is dead. We'll bring you more information as we have it. For now, in downtown Jacksonville, Taylor Levesque, First Coast News, On Your Side.
Taylor, thank you. And our team coverage continues right now with Destiny McKeever. She's been at the scene all night since we first found out about what happened. Destiny, what have you seen and heard out there from people in the community?
Well, Anthony, I've seen and heard a lot. I can tell you the scene here has calmed down just a bit since we first got out here earlier tonight, but you can take a look. You can still see a few officers hanging around here as this investigation continues throughout this night. Basically, what we've heard is from a witness who says that he got a call or he knew that something was going on around 6 p.m. and he says that he and his brother were inside of the home right next door to where all of this was happening. And he says he heard police negotiating with that suspect to surrender. Then he says they heard several gunshots and they were very afraid. Listen in.
And I hear cops say that he had been shot in the face. And I hear a bunch of rambling, like yelling. And then after that, more cops come to the back of our house, knock on it, and then tell us that an incident happened where gunshots happened, basically, and then he takes us and escorts us outside the house.
And just about 30 minutes ago or so, that's when police started to kind of clear this area, and we started to see less people outside as well. So people were able to go inside. A lot of the homeowners had to come outside. They were told to evacuate because of what was happening, or shelter in place, excuse me, because of what was happening. But a lot of them, they came outside to see, and now they're back inside of their homes safe tonight. But they tell me this was just very scary. Of course, as we learn more information, we'll keep you up to date right here on First Coast News. Reporting live tonight, I'm Destiny McKeever, First Coast News, On Your Side.
Destiny and Taylor, thank you. Once again, the suspect is dead and that officer just grazed by the bullet, expected to be okay and released from the hospital tonight. You can stay up to date on breaking news, both on air and online, right on our website, firstcoastnews.com, and in the First Coast News app.